A win for ELLs. A look at the 1974 court case, Lau V Nichols, presented by Maggie Plantis. To start things off, let's go back to San Francisco in the 1970s. In 1971, a federal decree mandated the integration of San Francisco schools. As a result, over 1,800 Chinese American students with limited English proficiency were placed into mainstream classrooms. The school district provided these students with no supplemental assistance and instead left them to either sink or swim. Many of these students were wrongly placed into special education programs, and some even repeated grades numerous times in a row. Parents and students felt sad, frustrated, and confused, so they took action. A court case on behalf of the students was filed, claiming violation of the 14th Amendment and the Civil Rights Act of 1964. The state courts in California denied any relief to the students, so the case went forward to the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court judges ruled unanimously in favor of the students. The court explained that the school district was essentially denying these students access to a public education, which was a violation of Title VI of the Civil Rights Act. Here's a look at one of the judges and what they had to say. There is no equality of treatment merely by providing students with the same facilities, textbooks, teachers, and curriculum. For students who do not understand English are effectively foreclosed from any meaningful education. This was a great success, and it meant that the students would now be provided with supplemental materials. So, what does this have to do with education in America today? Well, in the United States public school system today, there are nearly 5 million English language learners, or ELLs. The Lau V Nichols decision set a precedent for the supports schools needed to provide to these types of learners. This has helped to provide greater access to an equitable education for those whose first language is not English. It makes the American public school system more welcoming to those students who are not yet proficient in English. Today, 90% of all ELLs are in designated English language programs. All of that being said, we still have a lot of work to do. For example, let's take a look at graduation rates. ELL learners graduate at a rate of 63%. This is in comparison to the national average of non-ELL learners who graduate at a rate of 82%. So although Lau V Nichols started us in the right direction, we still have a lot of room to grow. We need to continue working hard to create a quality, accessible, and meaningful education for ELLs.